Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day, had a happy weekend, got out there, got some miles on your bikes. Today we're actually going to be heading up to the St. Augustine Distillery in St. Augustine, Florida. And we're going to do a bottle your own experience on their new anniversary barrel called the Timekeeper. And we're also going to interview one of the distillers, Rick. And this is more so for our other YouTube channel called the Lucky Bourbon Society. Yes, Tim and I are bourbon connoisseurs, and we have our own separate channel where we review and give us our honest opinions on various different bottles of bourbon. And I'll put that link description below so you can check out that channel. It's called the Lucky Bourbon Society. And so we're really excited to be invited by the St. Augustine Distillery to come and try out this barrel. They're going to give us a bottle your own experience, so we'll video that, which is pretty cool. We get to bottle our own from that specific barrel bourbon, and we'll come back, do our honest review, and put that out on the YouTube channel. So sit back. I figured why not bring you guys along and share that experience. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you out on the road. We're heading up to St. Augustine Distillery. Woohoo! Gonna try out their new bottle and bond experience on a new barrel they just released on St. Patrick's Day called the Timekeeper. So we're excited to do that. Oh, not the bottle and bond experience, the bottle your own experience, where you get to bottle your own bottle of bourbon. We've actually done that before, but still cool to do again. How many of you out there like to indulge in some bourbon and whiskey? Now, we don't typically do it while we ride. Today will be just a little sipping, tasting. But as mentioned in my intro, we do have another YouTube channel that's called the Lucky Bourbon Society, and I'll post that link in the description below so y'all can check that out. In our own possession, we have about 350 bottles or so of bourbon, but here we were actually asked by one of the distillers at St. Augustine Distillery to come and do a review on their latest barrel they just released specifically for the bottle your own experience called the Timekeeper. So we're pretty honored to do that, and we'll be sharing that video later on. In the meantime, sit back, hang tight as we journey up to St. Augustine. And while we were at Bike Week, you may notice a difference on my Road Glide Elvis here. He got a little facelift with my new Clockworks color windshield. It is awesome. I love it. Gives me Elvis a little pop of color. But yeah, so I picked up the windshield during Daytona Bike Week, and I was a little nervous about it at first because I think I had like a 14-inch sport windshield from Clockworks, and I was worried that this only comes in a 9-inch. Would it provide the same amount of coverage or less buffeting? And lo and behold, it does. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I don't feel any more buffeting on my head. Super pleased with it, especially at night. I had a dark smoke windshield previously, and with my old bitty eyes, it was a little challenge to see through. I know you're not supposed to see through your windshield while you ride, but at times you have to kind of glance and take a look. So with this orange windshield, I don't have that issue at all at nighttime, and it's just great. Clockworks. Can't recommend them enough. We've had, I think every touring bike we've had a Clockworks windshield. Doing that pocket of air right around here, no air, zero air whatsoever. Got another modification I'll show you later on, but we got the Moto horn installed as well. And it pretty much sounds like a train horn, so our neighbors weren't too thrilled about it when Tim installed it and gave it a test toot here and there, but you can never be loud enough with these drivers around here. I would say it's probably on the tad of obnoxious, but that's okay. I like it. So some of you might have seen on my Facebook page that I am humbly, is that even a word? Humbled. I'm humbled to have been accepted to participate in the 2026 Hoka Hey Challenge. This is pretty cool thing. It's an endurance challenge among many other things, but it's basically a 10,000 mile trip. Destination, we know where it begins and ends, but in between you don't know the route until the day of. And it's all turn-by-turn instructions, so you're not allowed to use your GPS, so I'd be turning off my Android Auto that you see there. So that's pretty exciting. It actually begins and ends in Woodstock, Illinois, I think around August 6th, 4th, something like that. So look forward for more on that later on. Super excited. And my hubs, Timmy, he's also participating as well. Last year he was also registered for the Hoka Hey 2024 challenge, but had to have knee surgery early in the year, so that kind of booted him out. But we are both on track for 2026 and could not be more excited. My husband's rider number is 1168, and I am number 1264. We each will have a tracking device on our motorcycle, which is required by the Hoka Hey committee, and that's just so they can track all challengers and riders to make sure that they're staying on course, they're not cheating, they're not speeding. And for all of our family, friends, and sponsors, because it is all for a charitable cause of our own choice, that they can follow along and cheer us on. So throughout this year, we'll be prepping for that trip. Trying out different ways to have a clipboard so we can easily look at our turn-by-turns, camping gear. Now with the challenge, you cannot stay in a hotel, campsite, or anything like that. You have to sleep with your bike, whether that's on the ground, but you gotta be married up to your bike the entire time. Generally, you have, I believe, up to 21 days to finish. They have different stages of an elite finisher, just a finisher, or a slow-ass finisher. Regardless, they will stay at the finish line until every rider crosses it. I think last year, 2024, they had 264 people partake in the Hoka Hey Challenge, and there's shit in the road. Oops, sorry. And I think 160, 170 made it. Some had to drop out due to issues with their motorcycle. Some had a few mishaps. one-headed alligator, supposedly. Heck, they even went through Hurricane Debbie when they first started off. They left out of Destination Daytona, traveling south to Key West, and encountered a hurricane. So, yeah, it will test all your endurance, your mind, your body, your bike, your limitations. And that last year's Hoka Challenge ended up in Homer, Alaska. So, and the route is generally all back roads. No major highways or highways will be used in the route. And there are like two check-in points. Typically, they're at a Harley-Davidson dealership. So, yeah, pretty cool. Exciting, scary, all the things. For me, it's just to determine what motorcycle will I be riding. My 23 Road Glide ST that I'm on right now, or my 22 Pan America Special. Last year, 2024, the person who crossed the line first was on a Pan America. So I'm just excited to be able to embark on such a challenge and journey with my husband Tim. We can do it together. He'll be riding his Road Glide Limited. It's definitely something to look forward to. This summer they are having what they call the rendezvous, and there's also the award ceremony from the previous year's Hoka Challenge. So this year it's in Bardstown, Kentucky, and they'll have a meet and greet for new riders like ourselves. We plan on riding up there, and then they'll do the award ceremony for those who finished last year. So we look forward to doing that. And then we've also decided on our trip to Sturgis that we're going to ride from Palm Coast, Florida up to Sturgis. So that'll be fun. First time there. Hey, if there's any local Floridians that are heading up to Sturgis, let us know. Maybe we can ride on up together. So here we are rolling up into St. Augustine, where this US 1 construction is never ending, it seems. How many of you ever came up here to St. Augustine? We love this little town. All different kinds of places to check out and eat, drink, people watch. It's just a gorgeous little town. And I want to show you all another modification we did. We added the moto horn here to Elvis so he can be loud and boisterous. So I know and we still have the stock horn there too, but let's just take a listen. Hold on. I think that'll scare anybody coming up your ass or your side of your lane. Train horn, look out. All right. All right.
Hey, welcome to Lucky Bourbon Society. I'm Tim.
I'm Robin.
And we are at the beautiful St. Augustine Distillery. We're getting ready to do a review on their anniversary bottle, the Timekeeper, right after this.
All right. So we're here to do the bottle your own experience of the Timekeeper. So this is our brand new shiny bottling experience right behind you here that we just got. But I'm just going to kind of take you step by step, and we're going to fill your own bottle.
All right, let's do it.
Yep. So let's start by cleaning it. Okay. So the most important thing here is making sure that our bottle is nice and clean before you fill it with that awesome bourbon that we've been aging for 5 years. So 2 steps to this process. So you got your gas pedal down here, and then you got a rinser right here. So what I always tell people is to flip the bottle upside down, put it right on top of that rinser, and then go ahead and push it down. And then after it's pushed down, then step on your gas pedal.
Okay.
There you go. So what you're rinsing that with is actually this same bourbon. So we want to keep it pure all the way through. So we take a little bit of the Timekeeper, we put it in here so that nothing touches the inside of that bottle except for more bourbon. So it's going to rinse it out, it's going to make it clean, but it's also not going to change the flavor whatsoever.
Very cool.
So that's step 1. Okay. So step 2, we're going to put it right underneath the nozzle over here. So you got 2 levers you got to deal with here. Okay. So this lever, what you're going to do is going to be the first step. We're going to open it up, and that's going to allow bourbon to fill this chamber here, and it's going to automatically stop. It has a valve on the top of it. It's going to let exactly 750 milliliters go into this chamber. Then we're going to close that one back up, and then you're going to open this lever to the right, which is going to allow it to fill into the bottle. The only thing I'd say is on this one, you have to be a little aggressive with it. You have to just go straight to the right. So if you want, go ahead and squeeze that and then push it straight up.
Do it.
Yep. And you see it filling right there.
Nice.
Yeah. The visual part's really cool on this. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. I like the whole pot still on the top and everything.
Yeah. And while it's filling, we can talk about what this is too. So this is actually an exact representation of our mash bill. So you got your 60% corn here on top, and it's milled. You've got your wheat in the middle, and you've got your 22% malted barley on the bottom there, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Kind of lets people know exactly what, this is made out of.
All right, we'll drop this handle.
Give it just a second. You'll actually hear it hiss a little bit. There you go. Yep, and then just close this one back to the right. There you go. All right, now this is the tricky part. Just grab this and go straight to the right. There you go. Some people don't want to do it that hard. Some people want to go real slow.
Just move it. We want the bourbon.
That's exactly right.
So how many bottles do you think you're going to yield on the Timekeeper?
I think it was in between 120 and 130, so it won't be that many. Yeah, I think it was about a 40% loss if I remember right.
So it's a pretty exclusive bottle. You want to get up here and get this. Don't sleep on it. We're going to put this video out right away, especially for our local folks. Do you guys do any shipping or no?
We don't.
We don't ship, so you need to get here, get into the gift shop, and pick up this bottle.
Yep. This is a distillery exclusive for us.
Once we get it bottle filled and we move on, we're going to do a little review and test with you. How's that?
Where's the actual
Perfect.
barrel?
Oh, it's actually above your head. Okay. Yep, it's over there right behind that curtain. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. It's a little slow, but I promise it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it's looking good. I like the color already. That nice dark copper color.
And it tricks me every time when you stop seeing the bourbon here. I'm like, there's no way it's going to make it. But it does.
It does,
It
huh?
does.
It's still in there.
Yep.
That's bourbon magic.
Exactly.
And when did you start this bottle your own experience? Like, when did this barrel come out?
So this barrel has been, let's see, we've had this for a week and a half now, I believe. But we started doing this new system about 2 months ago. Yeah. And we used to have a different system before that, but we got this brand new shiny thing about 2 months ago. See, told you.
Wow.
Magically,
That's awesome.
it works.
Right to the
So
neck.
then we just close that one right back up and just be as, yep, there you go. You
Okay.
got it. All right, so now you got a full bottle of bourbon.
So we just cracked open our newly poured bottle,
Timekeeper.
the Timekeeper.
We're with the master distiller here, but we are going to be totally unbiased. So,
Please.
No, seriously, we're gonna let you know, and let's go in
Let's
for
go
notes.
in for a nose. Oh.